More than 20 African athletes who came to Melbourne for the 2006 Commonwealth Games never went home. Weightlifter Simplice Ribouem was one of them, fleeing persecution in his home country of Cameroon. The athlete is now an Australian citizen and he's aiming for the London Olympic Games. Stephanie March met him.
He's a big man, capable of big things.
A natural athlete, probably naturally gifted, particularly for our sport, very instinctive.
Gifted, but also dedicated.
I can spend 4 hours, 5 hours in the gym.
And he pops it up and make no mistake about it.
That persistence paid off for the champion weightlifter at last year's Commonwealth Games in Delhi. The victory, however, was bittersweet.
I feel like crying because I was missing them. So I tried to close my eyes, say, oh, my mom is there, my sister is there. I say, yes, keep going, Simplice, we're with you.
So what will it be?
Simplice Ribouem was one of 25 African athletes who came to Melbourne for the 2006 Commonwealth Games and then absconded, deciding it was better to stay here than go home to war and poverty.
3,000 people.
Growing up in Cameroon, his father's political connections meant he and his family lived in constant fear.
Cameroon is like a politic world. It's so powerful politic, you can't even know why they make someone disappear.
As a teenager, he saw weightlifting as an opportunity to travel. But it wasn't until he arrived in Melbourne that he realised the sport had opened a door to a world he never imagined.
My friends say to me, Simplice, you know, I'm going to stay here. It's the first thing knock on my brain, bang, say, oh, you're going to stay here, and they'll never let you stay here.
Once the idea was in his head, he couldn't shake it. As his fellow competitors celebrated at the closing ceremony, Simplice Ribouem sat alone in his room at the athletes' village, contemplating a life-changing decision.
One of the guys said to me, Simplice, don't going back. I called my dad. My dad said to me, don't make the mistake. Doesn't matter if you're suffering out there, stay there, because here your life is gone. You know? Better to live in hard life here than disappear forever.
With nothing but the clothes on his back and his gym bag, he disappeared into the Melbourne night.
When I left the game village, that's where my suffering started, my hard time started. For me, the most hard one I spend is on the park. It was cold. It was cold. Like when people say, is it raining ice here? They say no, but it was freezing. Freezing. And I land down there in a bench on a chair, put the bag to put like pillows. And just there like that, you see, it doesn't matter if you die here, it's okay, I try.
After wandering the streets for more than a week, he found his way to the Red Cross. Alone and worrying about his family in Cameroon, for years he struggled to find work and a stable place to live.
In 2008, my life broke down. You know, try to lose everything, try to say, all right, I give up now. I'll leave that for tomorrow.
Drawing on the same determination that led him to victory in sport, he's slowly been able to build a life for himself in Melbourne.
Simplice has been with us for about 4 months. He originally started as a casual employee and approached me about 3 weeks ago to become permanent.
The answer was yes.
He's genuinely a nice guy, and I think, yeah, probably that influence is shrugging off a little, and yeah, it certainly is showing that it doesn't matter what nationality or background you're from, we've all got something to offer.
His contribution is also being recognised at the gym, where he trains 3 times a week.
He's also a real true member of our club. in that he shares in everything that we do. He doesn't walk around like a kingpin. He helps with the training of the young guys.
In the 5 years he's been in Australia, Simplice Ribouem has gained citizenship, got a job and started a family.
Look at that.
He met his partner Ronnie Barr at a friend's birthday party. The couple recently had their first child, Samuel. They're living in a small flat in St Kilda, but are looking to buy a bigger house somewhere in Melbourne. While family and work are taking up increasing amounts of his time, Simplice Ribouem has his eyes set on a place in the Australian team for the 2012 London Olympics.
For next year's Olympics at least anyway, we only have one male spot, so it's pretty cutthroat competition. But I think he's got a very realistic target. It's not going to be easy.
The mind is set, there's something missing. There's something missing always, you know.
That something is his family back in Cameroon. He worries they aren't safe and is trying to help them migrate to Australia. Only then will his dream be complete.
One day, to have all my family close to me and be happy. The only thing now is, you know, bring them here and sit them, you know, and around at the table and talking about that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a crying and laughing and all these things.
Wait.